I often get asked, how do I know when and how to push my child to face fears? Parents sometimes feel like they're forcing their child to do something or throwing them into a situation unprepared. I believe one of the best ways to help kids overcome anxiety is to give them lots of opportunities to practice facing their fears. But this is a lot easier said than done. In this video, I'll share 4 tips for motivating kids to face their anxieties and worries. It's not about forcing kids. That won't work. Kids will learn the most and be the most successful when they've made the choice themselves. A parent's job is to be the supporter, the guide, and the cheerleader. Stick around to the end for my tip to help with a thing that 90% of parents do that actually increases anxiety. Hi, I'm Dr. Jacque. I'm a psychologist specializing in child anxiety. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to support my mission of making info like this available to more families. So what if avoiding scary things has become a pattern for your child? What if they stop doing certain things altogether? What if they miss out on things that are really fun or cool things they could learn because they're afraid? I think when anxiety has gotten to this point, this is where kids might need a little extra motivation to try to face their fears. They need a good reason to do something that seems terrifying to them. So first, start by thinking about and asking kids, what are you missing out on by not doing this? Or is there something you really want to do but your worries are telling you that you can't? Identify those things that they're missing out on or that they really wish they could do. It might give kids the extra motivation they need. For example, maybe your child has trouble talking in class, so their participation grade pulls down their average. Participating more might mean better grades and eventually an acceptance to a better college. Or maybe your child's afraid to eat in front of others, so they eat in the bathroom alone or they don't eat at all. An empty stomach makes concentrating on schoolwork harder and makes them more grumpy with friends by the time they can hang out after school. Second, pick things to practice that have built-in incentives, which increase willingness to try. I talked about this in a previous video, but if the outcome of facing a fear is something enjoyable, fun, or interesting for your child, that might increase their motivation. For example, if they're worried about ordering food at a restaurant, the practice of actually ordering something, like their favorite slice of pizza or an ice cream, will actually get them that thing. For younger kids, making facing any fear into a game makes it more interesting and enjoyable. For kids who are afraid of the dark, you could do a scavenger hunt with flashlights at night. Or for kids who have trouble speaking up, have them do a survey in your neighborhood. They can even come up with questions they'd like to know the answer to. Like, what's your favorite part of living in this neighborhood? Or what are your favorite things to do in the neighborhood? If you found this video helpful so far, I'd appreciate it if you tap the like button and let me know. The third tip is pretty straightforward. Offer other incentives. Just like adults get a paycheck for working, kids can get paid with something they'd like for doing the hard work of facing fears. It could be a small toy or a book. For younger kids, they could select out of a treasure box filled with items from the dollar store, like stickers or trinkets. It doesn't have to be something tangible, though. It could be an extra privilege, like staying up later or more screen time, or some kind of social reward, like a special outing with mom or dad or friends. Just pick things that your child wants to work towards. And lastly, reduce your accommodation. I'll say more about parent and family accommodation in another video, but for now, know that 90% of parents who have a child with anxiety accommodate that anxiety in some way. Accommodation is something that seems to help your child's anxiety in the short term, but actually grows it in the long term. Accommodating anxiety keeps a child from facing fears and doesn't let them feel that anxiety or let them handle the situation on their own. For example, if your child's worried about finishing a project on time, you might accommodate their anxiety by emailing their teacher and asking for an extension for them. Or maybe your child has a hard time being away from you, so you've gone out less and less without them. Or maybe your child has trouble sleeping, so now they sleep in your bed. All of these, while intended to help kids feel better and make things easier, are actually ways of accommodating anxiety. They essentially say, you probably can't manage this, and they don't give kids an opportunity to see if they can handle it. Make a list of the ways you currently accommodate your child's anxiety. Pick one thing to stop or reduce at a time. Let your child know that you've learned about a better way to help them, and you are slowly going to stop doing that one thing because you know they're strong enough to handle it. For example, if your older child has trouble being away from you, maybe let them know that now you're going to start taking a daily walk when they start their homework after school. Keep it brief and gradually reduce other accommodations as your child adjusts to the previous one. Many times when parents reduce the accommodation of their child's anxiety, kids become more willing to face fears because they're confronted with the anxiety more often and have more opportunities to practice. If you found this video helpful, let me know by clicking the like button and subscribing. This motivates me to keep making free videos to support parents and kids with overcoming anxiety. Now that you saw this video, be sure to check out the one below. See you in the next video.